Have you ever seen a rain of fish? Or have you ever heard of rocks that sound like a musical instrument when struck? Music. Have you ever heard of a lake where birds flying over it instantly turn to stone? Or seen a tree that has water constantly pouring out of its trunk 24/7? In today's video, you are going to learn about some of these bizarre and mysterious phenomena that will leave you absolutely amazed. So, without further delay, let's dive into today's exciting video. 1. Norwegian dead herrings. This bizarre incident dates back to 2012. When nearly 20 tons of dead Norwegian herring were found washed up on the shores of northern Norway. Astoundingly, overnight, all of those fish mysteriously vanished from the beach. How and why did such a massive event happen? Even today, there is no definitive explanation. Many scientists offered theories based on their expertise, but none could accurately explain how over 20 tons of fish ended up dead on the shore, let alone how they disappeared overnight. The storm theory? Some experts suggested a severe storm washed them ashore. The predator theory? Others believed a large predator chased the school of fish, forcing them onto the beach. The disease theory? Some scientists claimed a disease was responsible. However, to this day, no one has been able to provide a concrete answer. 2. Ringing rocks. In Pennsylvania, USA, there is an area filled with rocks that make musical, bell-like sounds when struck. Music remarkably, almost every rock here has its own unique tone. This region has now become a popular tourist attraction, where visitors come to enjoy this natural wonder. But how do these mysterious rocks produce such sounds? Scientists are split. Some believe these are lithophonics rocks. Other researchers suggest that when the rocks were formed from cooling lava, high levels of internal stress and pressure were trapped inside them, causing this unique acoustic behavior. However, no one has been able to prove this with absolute certainty, keeping it a fascinating mystery. 3. Shane-Timpishka River, also known as the Boiling River. This is the only boiling river in the world, stretching just 6.4 kilometers. This river is incredibly dangerous. If any animal accidentally falls in, they do not make it out alive. The water temperature reaches nearly 100 degrees Celsius, which can literally cook any living organism within minutes. According to scientists, the existence of such a boiling river is theoretically impossible unless there is an active volcano nearby to heat it. However, there are no volcanoes anywhere near this river. The closest one is hundreds of miles away. Scientists are still baffled by what actually keeps this river boiling. If you were to dip your hand or foot in for even a single second, it would cause severe burns. 4. Lake Natron. In Tanzania, East Africa, lies a lake that reportedly turns birds flying over it into stone. It sounds hard to believe, but that is exactly what is said to happen at Lake Natron. Many travelers have spotted eerie, lifelike statues of various birds preserved along its shores. Scientists are still trying to understand the exact mechanics of how birds end up this way. However, researchers believe the lake's highly reflective mirror-like surface tricks birds into crashing into the water. Because the water has extremely high concentrations of soda and salt, the chemical makeup mummifies and calcifies the birds' carcasses, turning them into stone-like statues. What do you think about this? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. 5. Hailstorms. We have all seen normal hailstorms during the rainy season, but in 2008, a hailstorm hit an Argentine city that left the entire world shocked. On February 8, 2008, what started as a regular rain shower quickly escalated. High winds picked up, and giant hailstones, the size of tennis balls, began raining down. These icy rocks were so massive that a direct hit to the head could easily be fatal. The storm caused widespread destruction, damaging properties and injuring numerous people. While hailstorms are common around the world, a storm of this terrifying scale is rarely seen. 6. Two oceans meet, but don't mix. Did you know there is a place on Earth where two oceans meet but mysteriously refuse to mix? This phenomenon occurs in the Gulf of Alaska. As you can see in the footage, one side is a deep clear blue, while the other side is a murky light blue-gray. The murky water comes from melting glaciers carrying heavy sediments, while the clear blue water comes from rivers feeding into the ocean. Scientists explain that differences in water density, salinity, salt content, and temperature create a strong physical barrier, a halocline that prevents them from merging. This striking boundary stretches for nearly 800 kilometers, showing a clear, unmixed line between the two waters. 7. Mobile Cave. In 1986, while digging for a construction project in Romania, workers accidentally discovered a completely sealed cave. You will be amazed to know that this cave had been isolated from the outside world for about 5.5 million years, completely shrouded in darkness. When researchers stepped inside, they found a lake filled with water that was highly acidic and rich in hydrogen sulfide. The air was thick with toxic gases. Yet despite this hostile environment, they discovered a thriving ecosystem of unique invertebrates and aquatic creatures. These species had adapted to live in toxic darkness for millions of years and are found nowhere else on Earth. It has forced scientists to rethink how life can survive in the most extreme conditions. 8. Tree waterfall. This bizarre phenomenon occurs in the village of Dinasa, Montenegro, where water literally gushes out of a mulberry tree like a waterfall 24/7. While it looks like a miracle, it is actually a completely natural phenomenon that happens mostly during heavy rains. When the ground becomes oversaturated, the underground water pressure increases dramatically. The water is forced upward, finding its way into the hollow trunk of the tree and pouring out of its cracks. While rare, this fascinating event has been spotted in a few other places around the world as well. 9. Fish rain. You might have heard of the phenomenon of raining fish before, but did you know there is a place where it happens every single year in the exact same spot? This happens in a region near Mexico/Honduras. For over 100 years, locals have witnessed fish raining from the sky annually. Local legend says that in the 19th century, a missionary priest prayed for 3 days to save the starving locals, and the fish rain began shortly after. Scientifically, experts believe it is caused by waterspouts, intense tornadoes over water that suck up fish and carry them into the clouds. When the clouds get heavy, they release the fish over land. However, why this happens in the exact same landlocked location, nearly 200 kilometers away from the ocean, every year remains a mystery. So that was our video for today. Which of these mysterious phenomena surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting and informative videos. Thank you all.